Watching KRQE News 13 at 10 with Jessica Gadathe, Dean Staley, Chief Meteorologist Grant Tosterud, and Sports with Van Tate. Local reporting you can trust.
CYFD has faced intense scrutiny and criticism over children in their care forced to sleep in its office buildings. As we've reported, it has led to an alleged rape of a child, violence breaking out, and staff members not feeling safe.
But the CYFD secretary says they've come up with at least one solution. News 13's Chandler Farnsworth sat down with Secretary Teresa Casados today.
Don't the workers and the children deserve better?
They absolutely do. They both do.
As it stands today, the state has more than 2,000 children in their custody. In the last 6 months, a little more than 100 of them have needed to temporarily sleep in a state office building.
I think that it's a really difficult situation as secretary because I wish I had a magic wand and I could just end office days, right? But I don't have places for those kids. And so there's really not an alternative that I can think of.
CYFD Secretary Teresa Casados said there are several reasons for this. Not enough foster families, children who refuse to stay with foster families, and the state's requirement to take children in even if they do not have room.
Even if we find a placement, they can refuse that placement. Yeah. And that leaves us with no other alternative but to keep them in our office.
A class action lawsuit filed back in 2020 looked to fix living conditions for CYFD children. Out of that lawsuit settlement came a corrective action plan, but the state has struggled to meet the requirements, including no longer having children sleeping in office buildings.
I think we're at like a 45, maybe 50% compliance rate, but it's been a challenge.
There is no hard deadline as to when the state needs to fulfill these requirements, but need to prove that serious action has been taken to fix the problems. One of the ways the state is looking to do that is through a new temporary housing facility they plan on opening in Albuquerque sometime this summer.
We don't have enough resource homes, at least not the types of homes that we need, for some of the traumas and things that kids are dealing with today.
The Albuquerque facility would temporarily house 12 males ages 12 through 17. It would also have in-house behavioral health services and allow families to visit children in the facility. CYFD says they have been in talks with the state's finance committee looking for ways to bring extra resources to build even more facilities.
I agree that those changes need to be made in this agency, in order for us to provide better services for the youth that we serve, no doubt.
Chandler Farnsworth, KRQE News 13.
Secretary Casados also added that her department no longer is relying on other State Department employees to help with backlogged cases, saying a large portion of those cases have now been cleared.